Haven't done this in a while. For I got 42 subscribers, and for the handful of people who actually do come here and watch for 2 or 3 minutes every now and then, there hasn't been anything for weeks. There hasn't been anything since the car broke down and we had to get it fixed. And that was like a month. Like everything's been fine since then. Like we worked it all out, got the car up and running. Like there's been nothing of consequence to explain or even talk about since then. Like we just been chilling. Still a pandemic. World is still crazy. My dog is still the best dog in the world. Listens to Alan Watts during her nap time. Nice. Um, I wanted to. I have to. I feel compelled to say a thing. I need to come out here and say a thing. Um, it's not necessarily that I've talked about it quite a bit here, but here it is. Here's the abridged version. I discovered Power Rangers in 1997. No, 93. 93. I discovered it in 93 because that's when it dropped. I watched the first Green with Evil episode and was like, yep, I'm here. And I have been since. Now in 97, which I got confused. I had a kid. So I introduced Power Rangers to him. So in 1999, when my son turned 2 and I knew it was about time for him to start reading, like I wanted to prepare. So I started writing Power Rangers related material so that he would be interested in reading it and it would be my excuse to help him learn how to read. I wrote it in simple words so it would be easy for him to understand, and he didn't care. By the time he got old enough to actually read, he didn't care. And I didn't want to be one of those people who make it required reading. I didn't want to indoctrinate my kid. I wanted him to like it, but I didn't want to make him like it, and he didn't like it, and it went unnoticed. It was Power Rangers Trizerium Force. Man, I wrote it. I even got it published in book form to make it easy for him to read, and he just didn't. He just didn't care as he got older, and then he hit that rambunctious teenage phase, and he just didn't care. Wasn't interested in caring. Didn't want to read it. None of it, which is fine. But for me, I'm a writer and I had gotten used to writing, so I just continued to write. Even if he wasn't reading, it wasn't even one of those things like one day I hope he will. Like I had the desire, like I hoped that he would, but if he didn't, I didn't care. I was just like, this is where we are. He don't fucking like it. Like it is what it is. But I liked it. It started from this cute little thing, and it had Trazerium Force had a couple of seasons, a spinoff. To this day, only season one exists. Seasons two and three, I wrote on like an old word processor somewhere. They're gone. I don't even remember what any of those things look like anymore. But I kept writing because it was for me at that point. Like I had given up on anybody else ever being interested in my passions. So I decided that I would just stick to my own passions, and it would be my guilty pleasure, and it would be a thing that I just did. Now, I'll spare you all the details on how we got from there to here because it's been a long road. Ha! Puns! Um, so I'll spare you and I'll just give you the chase. I recently wrote a mini series for Power Rangers. It's 9 chapters long, 9 episodes, and it is an arc that spells out how my son gets his original Ranger powers. It's based on the things that we have discussed and what he wanted to see in terms of villain. And we, in a collaborative effort, discussed, and I wrote a miniseries to introduce my son's new Power Ranger. And he loved it. Like, he has been into my work lately, and he's been giving me feedback, and it's been everything I wanted it to be when I started, like 20 some odd years ago. Now my son is into my shit, and we're checking it out, and I had a moment yesterday. It was such a big deal. I enjoyed it so much. It's 9 episodes. I ran it through a filter because I have like good computer AI voices that can read. So I set it all up. We ran through it. He listened to them all because we listen to him. Like we listen to my writing. That's where we are now. And at the end of it, he loved it. And okay, it's corny, but at the end of the episode, uh, as my son's character is leaving, I'm like, hey, there's a package for you. You should go grab that. And he was like, okay, yeah, thanks. And he didn't think anything of it until after the chapter was over. And then I handed him a package, and it was his suit. I I've rarely had moments in my life that were so emotionally, personally satisfying, you know? Like I remember when I got the job at G4S and I got an email and they were like, hey, congratulations, we want you to come on in and we want you to work for the light rail company. I remember getting that email and I was just like, I swelled with pride because I knew my family's problems financially were done. And that was good. And yesterday, handing my son his suit allowed me to swell with pride again. This, again, it's not like I used to be horribly against cosplaying, and part of me, now I don't even want to say part of me still is because I'm not. I think of it differently now. I will not. You see people cosplay, it's like, I'm my favorite anime character, and that's fine, but in my mind, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm overly skeptic, maybe because I'm a stickler for detail, or maybe because I have, so many different voices in my head talking to me character wise that when I decide to cosplay, I don't want to cosplay as somebody else. I will cosplay as characters I have created. And that's what we've done. I have an Enjeti suit that is based on Power Rangers, but not. Um, Asia also has a gold one for her owl, and now Kari has his suit. So we get to walk up in this convention tomorrow, 3D, geared up, and I'm hype. I'm hype as fuck. Like I'm a stoic person. This is kind of what you get. If you don't know who I am and you can't read the aura, you wouldn't know that I was excited. You come out and say, "Oh, he looks bored. Oh, he looks tired. Or oh, he's thinking. Or he's got a shit." But I'm hype. I'm hype. I I don't even feel bad that 2020 has been a miraculous year for me, and while the rest of the world crumbles around me, we're doing great. Like everything's fantastic over here, and yeah, it was a moment. It was a moment for me, and now. We were gonna go to Polymorphicon next year, and we still are. Like it's postponed until next year, and we still are. And that was gonna be his first con, but now like Austin St. John is coming. He's in our city. Like I could swing by. I could swing by, go see the original Red Ranger. So yes, I feel good. Like I know it's hard to see. It's also early. Like also understand that it's early in the morning. I get up every morning with the dog, so it's easier to sleeping. But oh my God, those. But I'm good. Uh, Yesterday was a moment, y'all, and I'll do my best to make sure that like video of the con goes up. I'll do something because I want to make sure this is a big deal for me. Big, 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 big. And I want to make the best of it.